and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am your host, Data T, and this is my channel, The Good Guys. Guys, today's story comes out of Anderson, Indiana, and the title reads, Anderson woman shoots and kills man suspected of breaking into her home. Before we get into this story, guys, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, leaving a comment, subscribe. Remember, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I know we can get there, especially with your help. You guys can also hit me on Twitter. You guys can hit me on Minds and even on Truth Social. So let us dive in to today's story.
An Anderson woman shoots and kills a man suspected of breaking into her home. The deadly shooting took place early this morning. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Debbie Knox.
And I'm Bob Donaldson. CBS 4's Jesse Wells has the details on this case and what the law says about protecting yourself in your own home.
By the time police arrived to the home behind me, they found the alleged suspect dead in an upstairs bedroom. Neighbors and legal experts agree if the case was a home invasion, the homeowner had every right to pull the trigger. Shortly after midnight, with home surveillance cameras rolling, prosecutors insist a man forced his way into a woman's home along East 8th Street in Anderson.
Neighbors had videos of him parking the vehicle in front of the residence, walking up to it, looking through windows, ultimately breaking through the door, pulling a weapon out.
Prosecutor Rodney Cummings says the suspect could also be heard on video asking for money and pretending to be law enforcement.
There was audio, you could hear what he was saying inside. It's the police. He was claiming to be a police officer, but he had a mask on.
After retreating upstairs at this home, police claim the homeowner shot the suspect, then ran across the street to a neighbor's house, and police were called.
Guys, let's stop it there. So, imagine if this woman didn't have a firearm. I keep coming to this conclusion is because when we have people that say that you don't need a gun, that guns should not be in the average citizen's hands, guns are supposed to be only for the militia, those people that say that don't know that the militia is the people. When we have cases like this, your own home, someone breaks in, has a weapon, he makes it all the way upstairs. Are you telling me you don't have the right to shoot him? Of course you do. And at least this article, this news feed, this particular video in particular addresses it and says, even by the district attorney, okay, this is Castle Doctrine, and we know that, hey, you have the ability to protect yourself in your home. You also have the same protections outside of your home. Luckily, Bruen decided that in the Supreme Court, but guess what? We already knew that, okay? Guys, the ability to carry and keep and bear firearms, it is a necessity. It is something that must be championed. And this woman, thank goodness, she decided that she was going to carry a firearm. Thank goodness, okay? She shoots this man, she kills this man, and guess what? We don't celebrate death, but we absolutely celebrate the ability to protect yourself. And thank goodness, this lady is a good guy, a good woman, and let's move on.
Seeing it a few houses down, it's definitely unnerving, for sure.
Anthony lives along 8th Street and carries a firearm himself. He believes the woman had every right to defend her home and her children.
Self-protection, that's your right in your home.
Inside a person's house, they can use deadly force, and that's called the Castle Doctrine.
Attorney Mario Masalamani isn't connected to the case, but points out state lawmakers recently expanded the Castle Doctrine to provide even greater civil and criminal protections to homeowners.
The Castle Doctrine which is here in Indiana a pretty strong law.
In your home is probably the most protected place you can be. You're breaking into somebody's home in the middle of the night. If you don't get shot or killed, you should feel fortunate.
For their part, Anderson police did not want to talk about the shooting on camera. They say the case remains an active investigation. Jesse Wells, CBS 4 News.
Jesse, thank you. Anderson.
Guys, so you hear that. And did you see the individual, the neighbor? You see he already has his firearm there. You see it in the leather case? Very cowboy-esque. But it was fantastic to see. And everybody in this video seems to say, you know what? This woman was completely justified in not only carrying a gun, having a gun, but using her firearm and deleting this individual and making sure that she protects herself and her children and her home. This is textbook defend your home, and a good guy with a gun stops a bad guy with one as well. Very clear cut. And the only thing I could say after this is Indiana. This is the same place, remember, where we had Elijah Dickens, okay? Remember, this is a constitutional carry state, okay? So same thing could have happened if she was outside of the home, but she had home field advantage. Her running out of the house, I guess she did that, you know, she didn't want to be in there with the body, but I would have dragged him out before I left my home. But anyway, guys, what does this mean? It means good people have guns, okay? She's not trying to hurt anybody. She has that gun for protection. And guess what? That day, she needed it. She was able to protect her family. Thank God. She is a good guy. Good guys have guns. Good guys should always have guns. And if good men do nothing, there will be no good guys.